morning. My throat gone. This seminar this week, from the cheering, from the crying, from the screaming, from the anger, from the happy, I went through personal development this week, y'all. Can we give a hand clap for that? That was a thigh clap. Don't forget, to know me is to love me, and to love me, you must know you, and to know you, you must love you. This is Ambitious Queen out here in California, San Diego to be exact. Today is day 4 and I am on my way back home. Gotta do it for Nipsey with the blue. And you know, I'm in the marathon, y'all. I am in my own marathon right now. Not by myself, but for myself. To raise my community and reach and teach others what I have learned. Because if we do not teach each other what we all have a piece to contribute to, it's almost like blood on your hands. What are you going to do with that information? You going to die with it? Or are you going to share it? I would do myself a disservice to myself and the world if I didn't take what I learned this week and bring it back and go full throttle to teach myself and others from what I just seen to where they can be. It's not about your past, it's about who you are becoming. And even if you break down the word become, be, and then you will come. I'm learning so much about myself, and just when I think that I have learned all that I needed to learn, sometimes we feel like all the lessons that we can learn, that's just it. But what we need to do is identify that you and I still need help for years to come. As this world evolves, as different things come about, we all need help with one another. I used to think I could do my mission by myself, but after this weekend, I now know that I am worthy of God's calling. I am worthy of my purpose. I am worthy of my passion. I am worthy to come on here and share with you the love, the emotion, the abundance of financial freedom. I was taught 3 key things this weekend. Number 1, as the law of attraction, as I've been mentioning, appreciate the process and the journey. So on day 1, that was like my main message, appreciate the process and the journey. So I was like, okay, appreciate the process and the journey, you know? And I've been hearing that for weeks and weeks. And sometimes when we hear the same message or the same affirmation, we already heard that. So, and it doesn't matter. We can always still use that development within ourselves. And sometimes when we say things a different way, it may resonate with us in a different way. So, day 2 was, I have to save myself first before I can save the world. When you are in a plane, the pilot is going to put on his oxygen mask first before he hands out the rest or asks you to put on your mask. He has to save himself first in order for him to save the plane. Does that make sense? So many times we forget that we are the drivers in our car. This is our vehicle. Our spirit is held in this body that God has given us, and we have to identify that and recognize that, because once you realize that you are in control of your own destiny and you are driving your own car, you will take the car out of park, put it in neutral, put it in drive, and then continue to persevere, because you now have taken acknowledgement of your situation and no longer decided to be a victim. No longer decided to settle and say, this is this and this is the excuse, because excuses don't pay bills. You just got to own it and do something about it. If you don't know how to do something about it, ask somebody. A lot of times we don't want to ask no one for help. And I'm guilty of that. And when I speak to you all, I'm speaking to myself. Trust and believe. It took me to fly all the way from Orlando, Florida to California to come here. A different perspective of people, diversity, cultures. I met people from Switzerland, Norway, Africa, Canada, Australia. I met so many people this weekend that I had to see those different people tell me that I am who I say I am. The validation that I see within myself, it is that. So how many of us feel that same way when we are in a situation when we don't know who we are, when we have created this name for ourselves or this image or this business for ourselves? Sometimes we can get lost up in that moment. And with me having to take the mask for myself and save myself, we have to keep that into consideration or you will sink your own ship. So my advice to you is to acknowledge some personal development. It doesn't hurt. It may be annoying because nobody likes to be told you did this wrong or that's not, I'm sorry, back up. Nobody likes to be corrected in a way where it wasn't willingly. But when it's genuinely corrected and someone is helping you to overcome a barrier that you are just blocking yourself from, that person is going to help remove your hand for you, or you will then begin to move your hand for yourself. My message on day 3 was, for me, as I just mentioned, that I am worthy of the purpose that God has me here for. I know that I'm chosen. I know that I'm going to conquer everything that you see and I touch. And I'm not any longer going to rush the process. I'm not any longer going to try to have word vomit and just give you all so much that you can't even digest. And I apologize in the past if I have force-fed you information because I was so passionately excited for your growth. But this time, I'm in the driver's seat of my own car and not letting anyone else drive me. And I promise to drive as slow as you need me to because I'm not leaving anyone behind. I am on the each one, teach one concept. And my people, my hand is going to be held back like this and we going to come together. We just going to keep coming together. And if you stop, I'm going to turn around with my mask on, saving myself. And I'm going to say, come on, sis. Come on, King. Let's do it. Let's do it. We have to be that person in this world that is open to helping another soul because somebody paved the way for us. Somebody helped us get to where we need to be. So on this day 4 of me being in California, I feel completed. I feel like I left baggage here that I came with. I forgive my father. I forgive so many people, even myself, for things that I've held myself accountable for that I didn't need to, and added more pressure on myself where it didn't need to be. We need to press the reset button on our lives and forgive ourselves. We have to remind ourselves how great we are. We have to celebrate ourselves when no one else is celebrating us. We have to make our own cake and make our own party. As Lisa Nichols says, celebrate your accomplishments. Small, big, little, it doesn't matter. You determine your greatness. As I'm on my way to Florida, headed to this airport, we out, we out, we out. It's ambitious. Don't forget, to know me is to love me. To love me, you must know you. And to know you, you must love you. Peace.